Thank you very much. Hi, I'm Linda Dano.
Hi, I'm Dee Kelly. Welcome to Attitude.
Yeah, we had a tough weekend.
Yes, we did.
We did. Where were you?
I was in San Francisco.
Right.
Yeah, a little busy there, and
Right.
took me 17 hours to get home from San Francisco to New York.
You sat on a runway?
Half the time. Then a plane had problems. I had to get off, get on another airline, and it was an amazing thing. I've been traveling 20 years in the air, and I've never...
Had that happen?
Never.
You're kidding.
It was incredible.
I actually got to California. It's the first time this ever happened to me. 45 minutes before we were supposed to. Have you ever had that happen? I'm always late, but I've never been that early.
Should I just dump these on your head after I just told you 17 hours?
I know.
But you're lucky that way. That was good.
Yeah.
And did you see Mom and Dad?
I saw my mom and dad.
Good.
And that was fun. I went to do a game show, Third Degree with
Oh, that'll be
Convey.
fun.
I didn't get one right, though. Yeah. But that's normal, right? I never get them right.
It is not. Don't listen to her.
No, the only thing I ever got right on a game show was win, lose, or draw, and that's only because I can draw.
You can draw.
I have an art background.
I would lose that so fast.
Would you?
Yes.
No, I didn't get anything right, but that's okay. I had a lot of fun, and my parents came and stayed at the hotel with me. And
But we
it was
both
nice.
then traveled over 6,000 miles in 24 hours.
Yeah.
And that's why we look like this.
Right.
No. Right. Well, we have, let's talk about our first guest. We've been...
You want to?
Yeah, she's
All right.
terrific.
Yeah, she is a sassy, spunky spitfire. She recently livened up the already lively cast of characters on the hot NBC hit 227.
She's strong, independent woman with firm convictions and opinions. She's not afraid to voice.
So look out. Who knows what's going to happen in this in this show as we welcome Tuki Smith.
Better.
You look great. Isn't she great? What have you got on here?
I have on Dinkins.
Okay.
I have on a suit by PSI. Isn't this the best suit?
You look great.
Isn't this wonderful?
You need to talk to the bra lady.
I have
She has
my
a bra
energy.
that goes with this.
I would love it. I love bras. And my energy bracelets, huh?
Huh? Huh? Well, you want to sit?
Of course.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Now, with all this energy...
Yeah.
You are, isn't it great?
You have your 227.
Yeah.
And this is a big hit now.
I'm excited. It's been on for 5 years. This is the 5th season.
And you have a lot of ladies on that show with
It's
lots
great.
of energy.
Yeah.
And you know, the tabloids, and everybody hears these rumors that there's feuding and all these things. Is that really true?
You know, first of all, with the audience, do you all read the tabloids? Oh, I love it. She says yes, we all do. Well, you know what I find? When you do the tabloids, do you ever really read about people doing like really great things or about a stage
it's
where people are
sensationalism.
really working together as a team?
Yeah, that's not news,
We
I
work
guess.
right. What did you say? It's
not news. Yeah.
What's wonderful about 227 is that you are with a lot of incredible women, Marla Gibbs, Jack Kay, Elena Reed Hall, and you have Helen Rose, and we're all together making a show work. Because basically, it's called professionalism.
Yeah.
And you're there to deal with the people that you work with and have a good time.
And have a good time.
And that's what we do. We have a good
Yeah.
time.
I wonder if audiences know that. It's
I know.
terribly
Do you
important,
really?
that
Because
factor.
it is important
It is.
for all of you to know that. The bottom line, it's about a job.
Yeah.
You're being creative, you wanted to act, and you have a show to do that has ratings, which is why you're on for 5 years. And if everyone was feuding and arguing, how could you stay on for 5 years?
Oh, tell everybody how you got started. Now, you were a model.
Yeah, I was a model. I worked with my brother, and I worked as a runway model. I did fashion shows. I did print. I traveled all over the world. I lived in Paris for 4 years. I did a lot of work in Tokyo.
Is a picture of...
Yeah, of Willie and I,
Now, this
1978.
is Willie Smith, everybody, the famous designer. Now, Tuki, your brother died
Yeah, he died of
in
AIDS.
what, in 87?
He died almost 3 years ago. It'll be 3 years
Right.
ago that he's gone.
Now, I know
next
you
year.
were very, very close.
We were very close.
This must have been really tough for
It devastated me.
Yeah.
And there's no way that you can talk about or even verbalize your grief.
No.
You just can't. And you see, for me, in modeling, they say you have to be a triple threat, which means you have to do pictures, you have to do the runway, and you have to do movies. Well, I say I had almost a triple tragedy because Willie died, and 8 months before that, my mother had died.
Oh, I'm
You see?
sorry.
Yeah, so it's like one thing after another. So it was a lot. It was a lot, but strength and a lot of love from my friends and family. It works.
Yeah.
And knowing that there are some things that you just cannot control, and that you really are placed here for a certain amount of time, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, you've
you
turned
can't
this
prepare.
into a very positive thing, though, because you are working very hard to fight against AIDS with fundraising.
Absolutely.
And your boyfriend, your
Yeah, well, you know
lover.
what it is? We have a foundation called the Smith Family Foundation.
May we tell everyone who you are in love with and have been with for a long time?
Yeah.
The actor Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
And Tuki have been an item
You know?
forever.
So the
There
thing
he
that's
is.
important.
Yeah, there they are. And there she is saying he doesn't
Calm
like
down.
Don't take a picture of me.
Calm down. Calm down. You know, what's important is when you have a foundation, is people don't understand there are 3 different levels. Children to mirror your future. So if you're going to have a foundation, and the whole idea of our foundation was Willie and I, New York has been so great for us, and we come from Philadelphia.
Do you?
We always wanted to do a day of giving back to the community. So when Willie died, I felt, well, let's continue the dream. I went to David Dinkins. I said, you know, let's have a holiday for Willie, and it'll be a day of giving back to the community. So we did it last year, and this year was the first year that we did a big auction. And we raised $73,000.
Good for you.
Okay? And it only cost me about maybe $15,000 to do it. So, yeah. And I'll tell you, it was real hard. It was very hard.
Must have been very
I
emotional.
went through changes because I had to do the auctioning. I auctioned off George Michael's guitar. We had
All
things
your
from Barbara
friends gave
Streisand.
things.
Everyone gave things. But when you're doing a holiday, you think of, you know, someone who's alive. It's a different story when you're doing a holiday for your brother and he's not there.
But he has
You
said
see?
about you, and we were talking about this backstage,
Yeah.
Linda and I, that you have an energy that would light up the World Trade Center. Your late brother said that about you many times.
Yeah.
Where does that come from, Tuki?
You know, it comes from, I'm always curious. I have so many things that I want to do and so many things that I want to see. And also, I want people to be happy. You know, I'm the last of the love, peace, and happiness kids. What, you know, really,
you're in the right place.
Yeah,
A hippie.
yes, you know, my
In
mother
the
was, so I
90s.
missed it. I missed the whole thing. So my reality is, if you can start with the young people, if you can give back to your community, and then deal with the people who are older, who got you here in the beginning, we could come together a little more. Because I find everyone is very torn apart right now.
They are.
And we need healing. We really do.
What do you want for the future? I mean, personally,
Oh, I want
marriage,
everything, honey. I want
stardom,
I want everything.
all of it?
All of it.
I mean, what do you
All
get?
of
When
it.
you wake up in the morning, what do you think about? What do you think about doing next?
I think of, first of all, I wake up and I say, thank God I'm healthy, I'm alive, and it's a good day. Let's be positive, and let's get to the next stage, and can you help somebody in any way?
Are you ever blue?
Oh, baby, yes. Yes.
What makes you crazy?
You know what makes me crazy? When I see my group of kids, the City Kids, one of my, you know, groups that I work with, when I see that they fight so hard in the community. This is a group of kids who could be out doing very bad things. They're not. They have a repertory company, and they go from school to school and community to community about AIDS, and they talk about and do plays about AIDS, where their money was cut off. Okay, so from my foundation, we were able to give them some, but we need more money. Hale House up in Harlem. When I see that, the facilities could be so much greater, and they're not. That makes me sad.
That's Mother Hale.
Yes, Mother Hale.
And she's taking care of a lot of the babies with AIDS.
Absolutely. So, you know, it does. It makes me really very sad.
Look what's
Exactly.
coming.
Hi.
This is something that makes Tuki very happy.
Hi.
Hi, dear sweetheart.
Get him on camera.
What is his
Rufus.
name?
Rufus,
Come here.
and this is my brother's dog, and when Willie died, I took him over.
Oh,
Come here,
Rufus, you got a
Pumpkin.
nice mom now, a nice Aunt Tuki.
He does.
He weighs
weighs
a
45.
ton.
Yes, yes.
Does he sleep with you?
Yes,
Does
of
he?
course. He goes everywhere with me. Rufus travels everywhere, don't you, honey?
I love the bow.
Now-
Attitudes. Well, there he goes.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
he's into the
He's
audience,
going into
honey.
the audience. He wants to ask you a few questions, audience. There he goes.
thank you so much for being with
Oh,
us.
it was
It's a
so
pleasure.
nice
Good
to
luck.
meet
We're
you.
going to be at the AIDS benefits.
Yes,
we're doing AIDS.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Great,
So it is
great.
something
Will
we
you
have
be
to
there?
address.
You know what? I'm going to try and fly back
Yeah,
before.
okay,
Would be
great.
Great. Thank you.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Bye.
Look forward to seeing you. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
All right. Coming up next, the ultimate brassiere. Come back. Where is the puppy? Rufus!
Oh, no.
Rufus! Come here, kid. Come here. Can you imagine paying $650 for a bra? How about this one? Well, women like Kim Basinger and Nancy Sinatra think they are well worth it. They are called the ultimate accessory. Each has a theme and are sewn by hand, one jewel at a time, by our next guest. Please welcome designer Jodie Head. Hi, Jodie. Hi. All right, Jodie. Why don't you show everybody the bra you're wearing? Would you mind? Take this off. It's a little surprise, everybody. Oh, ho, ho. Jodie, there are other things here besides bras.
Quite a few.
Tattoos. Tell me, how did this start? When did you have this done?
Well, it's sort of an ongoing work for the last 11 years. I started out with one and kind of led into, I knew at that point that I wanted another one, so I just kept going back. So it's an ongoing piece.
Why tattoos?
I sort of see them as the ultimate accessory.
Really? Now, what do people say when you suddenly take off a jacket and here you are?
Well,
What kind of reaction do you get?
People try to grab me.
Really?
People sort of, it's visually deceiving because people feel, that they think that it has texture to it.
Doesn't.
Doesn't,
no. Jodie, let me ask you something. This kind of goes low. How far down do you go here?
Well,
All the way?
Kind of.
All the way?
Well, I have tattoos on my hip and on both sides, and the tattoos go around my breast. And
You
my
have them
back.
on the back. Turn around.
Yes.
Show everybody your back. Can you see this? Get a shot of this. Turn all the way around. Look, this is a map in case you get lost and can't find your way home. Is that what that is?
Sort of.
She has them on her ankles. All right. Well, that's spectacular. What'd your mother say when you had this done? Did she have a fit?
They're not too thrilled.
I bet. Yeah, I bet. All right, let's talk about the bras.
Okay.
All right, how did this start? How did the bras begin?
Well, I've been a designer, mostly accessory designer, I guess for about 7 or 8 years. And I guess, I try to stay away from the term wearable art, and it's more accessories. And I used to make earrings, and at some point I outgrew the earrings. I just didn't want to wear them anymore. And the next, I guess I just started fooling around with bras and seeing how to change just a lace bra.
They are beautiful. How
Thank
long
you.
does it take you to make a bra like this?
I guess about 20 hours, because
That
each
long?
bead is sewed on, it's twice.
And do you do it all by yourself?
Yes.
Really? All right, let's go up and take a look at some of the, you want to put your jacket back on or the vest?
Just the vest.
All right, let those tattoos show. All right, come on, let's go take a look and show everybody what you make. All right, Jodie, now you do themes on your bras, right?
Yes.
Tell me what this is.
This is the casino bra. It's sort of, there's dice and numbers, and it sort of borders on the Lady Luck type of idea.
How do you come up with your ideas?
I just, pick things that are very, I guess, pop, sort of, images that are very exposed that also projects very well. I mean, someone would have to come up to this and, see that there's numbers and dice, but it also is very visual and projects.
Can you guys see this little dice on here? Can you see that? All right, let's go to this one. What is this one here?
That's a mermaid. It's aquatic.
Oh, yes, there are little fish on here. Now, who wears the bras? We said
Nancy
Kim Basinger
Sinatra,
and
Kim
Nancy
Basinger. I just made a bra for Taylor Dane. Well, actually, I made her a full dress for a special video.
A rock star.
Rock star. I've done a couple films. I did a bra for The Handmaid's Tale with Faye Dunaway, and I just this summer made 2 bras for Meg Ryan.
Really? Okay, let's go over here and look at some more. Now, could I phone you up and you would make me like a personal bra? Like,
Sure.
It would reflect what? My personality or anything I wanted?
Sure, something like that. Well, I mean, the thing is, what's really nice about these bras is that even the same theme reoccurring theme can be changed around. I mean, with colors, I mean, the aquatic theme can have very different feels to it.
Right.
And also with the themes that I have for tattoos, I've sort of incorporated into the bras. There's floral and aquatic.
Right. What is this one here?
That's the voodoo bra.
Oh. Imagine a man when he didn't know you had this on and you take this thing off and go, hi, I have powers.
So this is the magical bra.
Now this is a longer bra. This is what I
Right.
call a merry widow, right?
Yes.
Now would you wear this just like you are now? To go to
It
a
could be worn
party?
this way, or maybe perhaps under a chiffon shirt, or I mean, I wear them out more just
Just
as,
by
just
themselves?
as the bra, but you know, it can be worn. It's very flexible, the piece. I mean, it can be worn under a suit jacket, or under a sheer top.
So then when you get home at night, you can sort of take off your
Right.
jacket and surprise, surprise.
Something
All right,
like
let's
that.
come over here and look at these. They really are very beautiful. Now they're $650
Yes.
and more, I would guess.
Well, the
no,
more work that's
depending.
involved, and the more pieces involved, the bigger the piece, or a Merry Widow, or a dress is more money.
Now what is this one, Jodie?
It's flames.
Flames?
Yes.
For a hot lady. Something like that. And this one?
The floral.
This is the floral, like
Yes.
your tattoos. What's next for you? Come on, let's go over here and look at her. Are you going to branch out and do,
Well, I'd
you're
like
doing
to,
a dress here?
But this is a dress. It's not, I mean, the bra is a much more flexible piece.
Right.
I mean, it's something that's much more interchangeable in terms of fashion or accessories.
Audience, what do you think? Yes? I'm sure the men love this. I'm sure they do. Where can we find your bras?
They're available at Bergdorf Goodman's right now.
So you can go into Bergdorf's and tell them what you'd like, and you'll make something personal for someone?
Well, they usually have them in a case to display the bras that they have. But if they don't have them, they can have them made there or through my studio.
Fantastic. All right. Ladies, the ultimate accessory. All right. Jodie, thank you very much. It was fun meeting you. Hey.
Coming up next, the natural gourmet. Come back.
Audience. Write for tickets or call 718-706-3575.
Many people are changing their dining habits and are thinking twice about what they eat. Now, the latest craze in food is natural cooking. Here with us today is the author of 3 books, including The Natural Gourmet. She's also the founder and director of the Natural Gourmet Cookery School in Manhattan. Please welcome Anne-Marie Colbin. Hi, Anne-Marie. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Now, the obvious question is, please tell us how you got started in vegetarian and natural cooking.
Oh, well, my mother took us to a health spa when I was 11 years old because she thought we should get healthy. And we went on a fast. We did vegetable broth and prune juice every day for 11 days. And I got very interested in the ads for Spam at the time because I got very hungry.
I know.
But it was very interesting, and I got very clear on the idea that you really have to pay attention to what you eat for your health. And so I grew up with that whole notion, and I'm just so pleased that so many people are realizing that that's very important.
Well, I know that personally because I've had to do that for many years myself. Now, you are going to help us make a broccoli tofu quiche today.
That's right.
All naturally. So
That's
let's
right.
get to it.
Okay.
How do we start?
We'll do the crust first.
Okay.
We have here some whole wheat flour.
Okay.
And we put in a little bit of salt.
Right.
Right. And some water and safflower oil.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I stir
Yes,
this?
please go stir it up.
Okay.
And stir it until it gets crumbly.
Okay. Now, do you know my cooking prowess
What
on
is that?
attitudes?
What is that?
0. So
Well,
I'm
you know,
stirring.
you study with me. You get to learn how to cook.
Right. Linda's the cook here around
Okay.
this place.
Now, when you're done with that,
Yeah.
it's going to come out looking a little bit like this. You see, it'll be a consistency that when you grab it,
Oh, right, right.
it'll hold together.
Good,
Okay.
okay.
Then you put it into a pie crust, and we're going
Everybody
to,
knows how to make a pie crust,
We're going
right?
to push it around and create a nice-looking pie crust. Now, you realize it's going to take a little time, so we
Right.
have one that's
And a pie crust that will come out
already
looking like
cooked.
that.
So we pre-bake this in the oven for a little while.
Okay.
Then we come over here, and we have some mushrooms cooking here.
And so this is a
And
tofu broccoli tofu
This
quiche
is-
with wild mushrooms.
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay. So we have some wild mushrooms. You know, here I got some nice fresh shiitake mushrooms.
Oh, nice.
And these are cremini. I peeled it because they look a little brown, but you know, usually they're brown looking. These are the
Great.
regular button mushrooms.
Okay.
So we have sliced them up,
Right.
and here they cook. So now we put these over here.
Right, into the pie
Into
crust.
the pie crust, right? The
Okay.
pie crust is pre-baked just a little bit.
Okay.
We spread them around. Oops. We spread them around.
Right.
And then we'll put in some blanched broccoli.
Okay.
The broccoli has been blanched here in a little bit of water, and we spread the broccoli around here.
And blanched means to
Blanched
just cook them a little bit?
We drop it in the hot water,
Like.
comes right out, just as soon as you see the color change. Okay?
Now, vegetarians are always concerned about protein.
Yeah.
People always ask me, because I'm a vegetarian,
Yeah.
well, where do you get your protein? Where is our protein in this?
Tofu.
Great.
Tofu, okay. Now, tofu doesn't have much taste.
I
So
know.
you season it up. We put in a little, this is what it's called umeboshi vinegar, which is a vinegar made from pickled plums. It's a little bit sour and a little salty. It's really nice.
Okay.
So we put the tofu in there in
Right.
the food processor, which
Oh.
we have already done.
And it becomes creamy.
Becomes creamy with a little bit of safflower oil
Right.
and a little bit of the umeboshi vinegar or lemon juice if you don't have that. And then it becomes creamy, and we take this out. And what we'll do here is we pour this right over the broccoli, okay, little by little, okay, until it is all
Boy, this
over.
is
It
really
dried out a little
easy.
bit. Yeah, it's not hard. The worst part is slicing the mushrooms. You know, you spend some time on that. You know, keeping your fingers stuck to make sure you don't cut your fingers. Obviously, vegetarian meal. This is a nice, light, creamy dish. And when it's done, if you'd like to put that
Sure.
away. When it's done,
Put that right up here.
this is what it's going to look like. Okay? This is very nice. It's great for brunch. And if you have a salad
A nice
with it,
salad with it.
right? Here you go. You have a nice salad with it, and you can have this for brunch. And it's very pleasant. It's very light.
And it's
gives you
deli-
it's
Let's
protein,
taste it.
carbohydrate.
Now, this should be a little
Okay.
bit browner, but we
Should
rushed
just,
you to
yeah,
get it out here.
Yes, we got.
Now, let me ask you, what is the key? You can cut.
Yes.
What's the key to good health in eating? Because you're very involved in food
yeah.
and healing, not just
Yes,
cooking.
That's correct. I'm really interested in using food as a healing tool because I think people rely far too much on drugs. And if you learn how to use foods, that really is going to make a big difference. So what I find is that people
get a
get
little
very
spoon.
healthy. Right here we have a nice plate.
Oh, great.
And stuff. People get very healthy when they stop eating. I tell you what, they stop eating sugar and milk products.
The dairy products,
Dairy
everybody,
really
and
makes
sugar.
a difference. And people get a lot healthier. And if they cut down on, you know, large quantities of meat and eat lots more vegetables.
Yep, the
Okay.
alkaline foods rather than the
Exactly, you
acid
got it.
foods.
So
Now,
here's your
this is
tteokbokki. There you
basically
go.
your philosophy on
Yeah.
cooking, is to eat healthy. So really then food becomes almost a medicine, almost a therapy.
Yes.
Not to be aware of what we're putting in our
Right.
bodies.
It's food is your helper.
Yeah.
It helps you be what you want to be. And, you know, that's really, you like that? It's nice, huh?
Delicious. Lynn? Yeah,
Yeah.
time to come in. I know this is... Yeah, come on.
Even
Taste it.
non-vegetarians like
A
this.
little taste, a little
bite.
mash. Yeah, just a bite.
This could change my life.
Well, only this morning.
Whenever we have...
How are you?
This is Linda Dano. and
Hello,
I'm
nice
Paul.
to
How
meet
are
you.
you? Great to meet you. Thank you, Linda.
That's tofu. It's all protein. It's not bad. She hates it. I know. She hates everything I eat.
It's wonderful, Anne. It's
It is.
wonderful.
It's delicious. Now,
Thank you.
stay tuned because later we'll tell you how to order Anne-Marie's recipe. But before we go, we want to thank Anne-Marie Coleman.
Thank you
your
very
natural
much.
food
It's been a
cook
pleasure.
in Manhattan. Linda.
When we return, singer-actress Lisa Hartman and her Hollywood stuntman fiance, Gary Davis. Come back. We're going.
Okay.
Our next guests prove you just never know where and when love will bloom.
That's right. She's the very talented Lisa Hartman. You've seen her on Knots Landing and in the steamy The Sex Tape Scandal.
Yeah.
He is Gary Davis, a man who makes hearts stop around here. as well as being a Hollywood stuntman in films like Lethal Weapon 2 and the newly released Black Rain.
Please welcome the soon-to-be-wed Lisa Hartman and Gary Davis.
Hi again, Gary. Nice to see you.
Well, is this the most gorgeous couple?
Oh, you're so nice. This is good for us.
I can't wait for you to have children.
That's what everybody is saying. The gene pool in this family is going to be fabulous.
Awful if they were homely? I mean, how would you explain them? That can happen, you know.
I know.
But they'll be in such great shape.
Yes, they will. We make them work out and be very active.
So tell us about the proposal, the wedding. We're all dying to hear.
You know, we met actually about 7 years ago. I was doing a movie for television, and Gary was second unit directing and stuff. And we met and were friendly, and then went on with our lives. And then we did the sex tape scandals that you all mentioned. Sex, is that right? They changed the title.
Full exposure.
Full exposure.
Oh, they changed it to
Full
that.
exposure, the sex tape scandal or something. Doesn't matter. Anyway, we did this, and we were shooting in November, and we worked for like 3 weeks together, and then our first actual date was Thanksgiving. We had a big family Thanksgiving dinner. It was wonderful, and we've been inseparable ever since.
That's so nice.
Now, when did you get engaged?
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. Did you get on your knee?
I couldn't get out from underneath the table.
He took me to a great restaurant, and he it was so, I mean, to talk about it now, it was really surprising, and it was beautiful, and it was romantic, and all those wonderful things.
When are you getting married?
We haven't set a date yet. We don't know for sure. We've got so many things going on, and we don't know where we want to do it and who we want to invite.
Not popular first of the year, anyway.
And it's very difficult with your schedules. I mean, are you consulting books? You talk to my secretary, I'll talk to your, you know, I mean, where are you a month from
that's
now on
really-
this date?
We've been pretty lucky, actually.
Yeah, we came here, and I have a movie coming on, and then
Which
they changed
is?
the dates. The Operation with Joe Penny from Jake and the
Yes.
Fat Man for the ladies. Everybody loves
A
Joe.
movie for television?
Yes.
All right, we look for it.
And it was coming on actually in a few days, and then they've moved it. So, you know, like you're saying, the schedule keeps changing, and then I'm going off to do a picture, which we're excited. We're going to go down to Miami. I'm going to do a thing with Ray Sharkey. So now so it's, you know, I mean, it's great. It's wonderful to have the work. So, but we need to block out some time and.
Now, Gary,
do it.
you're a stuntman, and you know it's interesting because we never really get to meet stuntmen. How did that get started for you?
Oh, gosh. 12 years ago, I was riding motorcycles and jumping motorcycles, and Evel Knievel and I were rivals.
Really?
And they needed somebody in the picture business that was able to do that, so they drafted me. I didn't know anything about the picture business then.
He's very humble. You see, Gary and Knievel were rivals, like he said, and he held the world's record for 3 years for distance, for jumping. He's in the Guinness Book and
Made Evel
Those were old days. Old days.
made him crazy.
Oh, absolutely.
But how do you feel about that danger involved in his work?
Well, he, fortunately, you know, we've been together a year, and he's doing more and more second unit directing, and he coordinates more. So, you know, he'll get in there every now and then. He doubles Bruce Boxleitner, just about everything Bruce does, right?
Wow.
And he does things occasionally, but more and more he's directing and coordinating, which is good.
Any close calls? Any time when you went, I think I ought to get out of this?
Yeah, occasionally.
Really?
About every other month, you get enough of a rush to say, well,
Maybe.
just think about it again.
Yeah.
Tell us about your early part of your career. I don't think everyone is aware that you have been in show business since you were a little
Since I
girl.
was tiny, I know. I feel so old.
You just started early.
So nice of you to say
She was
that.
talking about that earlier.
I was just saying that.
You
in the
go
dressing
nonstop.
room.
I don't know how you do the
Non-stop.
schedule.
Non-stop.
You do. You're unbelievable.
I'm really only
Yes.
22. How old are you? I just look this way from the hours I keep.
You're amazing. No, I know. I started doing baby commercials, and I did a lot of local theater and stuff. And then my family, we all moved to Jersey. I joke, I say I learned all my dirty words in New Jersey. I was in 2nd and 3rd grade, and these kids, I mean, I would come home with dialogue with Mother. Mom, what does this
From
mean?
the
She was like,
set.
yeah, we're moving back to
From show
Houston.
business.
So I moved back to Houston, and I taught all the kids there all the dirty
Of
words I
course.
learned in Jersey.
You're
I was
famous
like, the
there.
hot thing, right?
In fact, I was just in Houston. They talked about that very thing.
I'm sure they did.
That's right, you were yesterday.
So then I just got more and more involved locally, and then I put my own band together when I was about 16. 17, and then I was really lucky. It was the story about someone coming through town, and it was a record producer named Jeff Barry. He came, heard me sing at this terrible club I was in, and he signed me, and I cut my first record in '77 or something, and then I got Tabitha for ABC.
Yeah.
It was
That
like
was a
my
fun
first
show.
job.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it, you know.
Yeah.
And then I've cut about 4 albums, I guess. I'm getting ready to start another one in a couple of months.
Is singing your favorite thing?
Yeah,
You think
I love
it's
it.
your
I
first
love
love?
them
Was
both.
too.
You know, it used to be, and I've been lucky in that as the years have passed, I've worked with so many interesting men and women and directors, and I've learned so much, and I've had more of a success in that area.
Yeah.
So, now I'm looking for more, like working with Ray Sharkey. I love his work.
What a joy that
And I
will
just
be.
can't wait.
I
And working with
bet.
Joe, I was talking to my mother the other night. I said, if you can learn one thing from each actor you work with, just one, if you can walk away from a project with one thing that you score, and I know that's going to happen for me this time with Ray. So, but the music, then you get into that, and when you're involved in that, then that's the most important
Does she
thing.
sing to you,
I was just
Gary?
gonna-
Were you?
Not as often as I would like. I'm always asking her to.
Do you have a favorite song that she sings?
No.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
No?
No. He always says, you never sing, but it's not something you do. It's like you don't
It's your
stun
work.
around the room, you know what I mean? I hope he doesn't.
Gary, do you think
Well,
that
actually,
being in show business is going to help the relationship coming from your stunt background now? Do you have a better understanding of Lisa's schedule, and the two of you have a lot more in common?
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. Yeah. But that doesn't make it any easier if she's on location and I'm on location
Yeah.
in two very
No, it
different
doesn't.
places.
That's hard. That's
But,
really hard. Do your families both like each of you?
Yeah.
I mean, has that all been a wonderful
yeah.
coming together?
His
Oh, sure.
dad was with us at Christmas, and then his mom came down. They've, made a couple of trips. They're up in Northern California.
And we just spent the whole weekend with her family in Houston. We were there yesterday, too.
I was
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah.
Really,
We just
I really was.
missed each
Yeah.
other, I think,
I was in
yeah.
the airport waiting. I was wandering, eating popcorn, I was that one.
Yeah, that was us too.
Have either of you ever been married before?
I have.
Just once for Gary.
And you've held out for quite a while.
Yeah, I really never thought about it. I would.
Are you scared now?
Sure.
A little,
But it's
sure.
good. I mean, we just get along so great.
And you're probably ready.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if you ever are or not. It's
And
God, I hope she's ready.
Oh, see, you did get on your knee, finally, on television.
It's a scary thing to do, It
is
really
scary.
is. I mean, statistics are so discouraging and all that. But, you have to go into it with a good attitude, and that's what I'm going to do.
We like that word.
Yes. Yes.
Are you planning to have a family?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I would like, there's a part of me that would love to have a lot of little children and a house with a lot of trees and property and leaves and dogs and all that stuff,
She's such a busy girl, though.
I think we're all faced with the same. We don't have children either.
Yeah,
It's
tough.
not easy.
I think we're both children, and we sort of feel that right now, and I think
Yeah.
we're going to play
In each other.
and love and live for a while. And
Now,
see.
we know
Fun
that
thing to do.
you're very into nutrition and health and exercise.
Oh, I was watching the tofu.
Yeah,
Delicious.
Now, you created something for all of us that we can actually do. This is something
all the
I
women
could
in the world.
actually
It's
do.
great.
So get up and show us what it is.
Okay.
Lisa.
Well, let me explain first before we
Okay.
get up. It's
Sit down.
It's an exercise. This is because of traveling and all, and even
Right.
if you don't travel, women like to work on their tushes and their legs. That's what we all like to, right?
Please.
So this is called a. This is a mic,
this
but it's
body.
not a growth.
Okay.
I have to take my shoes off.
Where's the
This is
We have to take our shoes off?
Yeah, well, you
It would
should.
help.
I guess. Thank God
Okay.
there's carpet. It's a lunge walk or a squat walk, and what we do is, I probably should hold on to. You step out, you make a big step, and you go almost to the ground with your knee. You keep straight up, and you walk as far as you can.
Now, are
And
you
do
tightening
this-
your buttocks while we're
yes,
doing
you
this?
squeeze everything, and as you do it, you get tired. I mean, you can probably do about 10 steps. You guys want to try it?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Very good.
Is your buttocks in?
No.
I bet it isn't. She
Let me
lies
get
a lot. When we come back,
How do we look?
questions we need to ask.
I'll just walk over to
about
Gary.
something. What is it? About sex and love. But first, we want to thank
do this, Gary?
Davis
I
and
could.
Lisa Hartman. Thank you for being with us. We'll be right back. Okay, let's try it. Ready?
hours have you spent wondering what your partner was feeling about you? About love, about sex, but you were afraid to ask them?
Well, we're going to show you a fun way to start an open discussion by asking some of our audience members questions from the book of questions, Love and Sex. Would you like to start?
All right, Dee.
Okay.
Would you like to stand up, please? Tell me your name.
Demi DeSoto.
Hi, Demi. Now, let me ask you this. Would you rather have a strikingly attractive spouse who was disappointing in bed, or a plain-looking one who was fantastic in bed?
Well, I'm hoping to have a great-looking one who is great in bed.
You can't be a pig about this, Demi. Now, take a pick here.
Well, I did. I'm engaged now, and I have one who fits both of those good parts.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, if you didn't have this one, pretend she's not around. Would you pick a pretty girl over someone who wasn't so pretty if the one who wasn't so pretty was great in the sack?
I'd want somebody I loved that I felt I wanted to be with.
Good for you. What about you, Dee?
You want me to answer that question?
Yeah.
I'd rather have a plain person who was fabulous in bed.
Hopefully a little fat.
Right.
So I could feel thin.
Right.
That's right. Thank you. Okay.
Okay. This young man over here, what's your name? I'm going to...
Louis.
Louis? Okay, Louis. Would you feel unfaithful if you had frequent sexual daydreams about someone other than the person you were dating?
Yes, a little bit.
A little bit?
Because, I can't even think. Repeat that question one more time.
Would you feel unfaithful if you had frequent sexual daydreams about someone other than the person you were dating?
No.
You wouldn't?
No, I
he
wouldn't.
changed his mind. He wouldn't. Would you?
I had to think for a minute there.
Say it again.
Would you? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Would you feel unfaithful if you had frequent sexual daydreams about someone other than Frank? It says Frank in the book, but I changed it for him.
Yeah, for Louis, yeah.
Right.
Gosh, I don't know. I'm so
question.
guilty about everything that I probably would.
Okay.
All right, I have someone over here in the corner. Would you excuse me, sir? Let me just get over here. Hello, would you stand up? Sure. Give me your name.
Manny.
Hi, Manny. All right, here I go. How do you react when someone gives you the eye in a public place? In what situations do you flirt, Manny, and why do you do it?
I don't do it, first place.
Honest, never?
Honest.
Did you ever?
Before I was married, yes.
But never since you were married?
Not once. Honest Injun.
Why?
Don't ask me why. I have a princess, and I don't have to flirt.
Is this the princess? This is the princess. Do you ever flirt?
No, I don't.
Did you ever?
No, I didn't.
Honestly?
Never?
Never? Not once?
Not once.
If Tom Selleck walked in, you wouldn't go, "Hi, Tom."
I may do that.
All right. There's my point. Okay. Thank you, you two. Dee?
Okay. What is your name? Stand up.
Olu?
Okay, Olu.
Yes.
Could you fall in love with someone you weren't sexually attracted to?
Could I fall in love with someone I wasn't sexual? Yes.
You could.
Yeah.
That's not an absolute paramount thing to you. You could fall in love with someone for inside rather than just their outside.
Definitely.
What makes you sexually attracted to someone?
I don't know. It just comes there. It's
Chemistry?
something natural. Yeah.
Great.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Me?
Yeah, you.
All right. Let me see. Let me find a good one here. All right. Here we go. What's your name?
Myra Garcia.
Hi, Myra.
Hi.
Okay. If you were confident that their choice would be a good one, would you be willing to have your parents select your spouse? And if not, why?
I have always trusted my parents. Dad's 95 and still has 2 martinis a day. I think I'd trust him.
That's great. I think I might too. Yeah, I think I'm. Thank you. Dee, would you?
Would I what?
Trust your parents to pick your guy in your life?
No.
No?
They're great, and I trust them with an awful lot of things, but I'm a little too independent, I think. I'd have to make sure that that was someone I liked. I wouldn't want anyone else picking someone I was married to or with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Now, what is your name? Stand up. Stand up. Do it now. No, what's your name?
Rita Anderson.
Rita
Yes.
Anderson. Okay.
Yes.
Now, at the beginning of a new relationship, do you trust your partner? Are you married?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's get you another question. Okay. Okay. What does your husband or lover do that makes you feel the most loved?
Consideration, understanding, just being there.
Does he help
Thank
you
you.
around the house and all
Yes.
that kind of stuff?
Yes,
Does
he
that
does.
make you feel loved? Does he send you flowers?
Yes.
How long have you been
On
married?
occasion.
How long have you been married?
Married 28 years.
Yay! Good. So you still like him. You're going to keep him?
Yes, yes.
Good. We're going to keep him. Thank you. Lynn.
Okay, I have a good one here. What's your name?
Shelley Seelig.
Hi, Shelley. Okay. If you could watch a video of yourself making love, would you want to?
Probably not.
No? Why?
I don't know. I just think that, first of all, I don't think I would ever videotape myself because I think it's something that's very private. And,
Look, you're turning pink. She has a hidden life.
well, that's one way to get on television, right?
Really? Really?
No, I don't think I would.
Would anybody here want themselves videotaped? I wouldn't either. Of course, the guys raise their hand in a minute. Would you, Dee?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, God, no. Yeah, okay, Dee.
What is your name? Stand up.
Al Hirschberg.
Al? Okay. Where is the most unusual place you have ever had sex? And is there any illicit or dangerous place you've thought would be fun to try if you had the chance?
Well, I think the most craziest place, before I was married, 32 years ago,
Right.
in England, in a barnyard.
Woo! We love it. Does she know about
After
this?
an accident.
Oh, after an accident?
Yeah,
What kind of
car
accident?
accident.
Was this the woman who came to your
No, it was
aid?
a date. It was a date.
Right.
And that's where we got stranded.
You got stranded. And this
So
was,
we had to make use of valuable time.
was this the first? Was this your first date?
We're out of...
No.
It
no,
wasn't.
No.
They're very good. Thank
Can't
you very
forget
much.
that.
Okay, just let me ask you real quick. If you had any other place to make love, where would it be? A dangerous or crazy place? A little fantasy? Let it all
Place?
hang out.
Probably on the flight line. I was in the Air Force flying, so I guess
Flying?
it would be the flight line or an aircraft.
This guy has no fear of flying over here. We'll tell you that. Good for you. Thank you very much.
It beats a movie any day of the week.
How about
Really.
you?
What?
What's the most unusual place you've ever had sex?
Airplane. Stay with us. We're coming back. Here's
This one.
Under what circumstances might you pretend you were enjoying sex much more than you actually were?
Right. Every
At
woman.
midnight.
Right.
And you have to get up at 5:30.
Perfect.
Yes! Great!
It's wonderful. What time is it? Oh my God! We have to say goodbye now, but we'll say goodbye.
That's a good one.
Because we've got to go.
Goodbye, everybody.
To receive the Lifetime Attitudes tip sheet with information on today's show, call 1-900-773-4040. Today's show and issue number is 5. The cost of the call and tip sheet is $2. To avoid ordering duplicate tip sheets, please check your issue number before placing the call.
If you would like tickets, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Attitudes Tickets, 3412 36th Street, Astoria, New York, 11106, or give us a call at area code 718-706-3575.
Tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. 2 Central, hosts Linda Dano and Dee Kelly brush up on art with painter Peter Max on Attitudes. Coming up on the Lifetime Afternoon movie, you followed their feuds and fortunes for 10 seasons. Now find out how the Ewing saga began. Take a trip back to South Fork as Larry Hagman introduces the untold story behind the series, Dallas, the Early Years. Next, right here on Lifetime.